Olivia, are you there? I really need to talk to you. It's about those documents. You know that today is the last day to submit them, right? I just wanted to let you know that we still haven't gotten them. Oh, well, I'm so sorry about this, but I'm actually not at work right now. In fact, I'm done for the day. Excuse me? What do you mean that you're done for the day? I mean that I have plans tonight. I'm going to go on a big group date, so I'm not going to be kept at work doing overtime. If you want those documents so badly, I recommend that you take care of them yourself. All the files you need should be on my work computer. Olivia, please, how many times have you done this exact thing that you're doing right now? I'm really glad that you have all these plans to do all these fun things, but you need to take care of work. And this year, you've been just awful about taking care of deadlines. Do you realize that? Oh, come on. You have to know that it's not like I'm not trying. I'm giving it my all. I really am. But it's not my fault if the deadlines are too strict and I can't meet them on time. You say that, but we asked for this paperwork from you over a month ago. You have had plenty of time to work on it and get it done, and you haven't. I understand and appreciate that you're working hard, but you have to do better. Okay, fine then, but if you're going to be that way, then that means that you can't use those excuses either. I mean, you're also always going on about how hard you tried to get something done when you failed to meet a deadline or something like that. So if I can't use it, then neither can you. I'm sorry, but I really don't know what you're talking about at all. Let's just get something straight here. You're going to be turning 38 this year, right? And isn't it true that you don't even have a boyfriend? I'm just saying that if you're not even in a relationship, then you certainly shouldn't be able to use that excuse, okay? That literally doesn't even make sense. How does one have anything to do with the other? But since you have all this free time to be going on dates, how about coming back to the office and finishing up your work? If it isn't done today, then you are going to be in trouble, so I recommend coming back and handling this. You mean you're really going to try and force me to miss out on a big date night for work? No way, that's totally unfair. Well, I understand that you're upset, but you did this to yourself. Maybe you should have been more on top of work if you didn't want this to happen, but if you come back now, you might still be able to make it on time. This is just like you. Of course you would try and ruin all the fun that someone younger than you is trying to have. You're just jealous of me because I'm going to go on a date and you're going to be stuck at the office all night. Don't you get how that makes you nothing more than a bully? And just how in the world do you figure that makes sense, huh? Because you are literally trying to keep me from going on a date right now. You're just trying to abuse your position in the company to carry out this horrible grudge you have against me. But don't think that just because you've worked here longer than me, that you can treat me like this. I have rights too, and I'm not afraid to take this to HR. Now hold on for just one single second. I am not bullying at all. How can you even suggest that? All I am asking you to do is come back here and finish the work that you were supposed to have done by today. And miss my big group date tonight? I don't think so. I'll have you know that the men who are going to be showing up today are doctors and lawyers and people who work in town hall. So if you think that I'm going to let you ruin my chances of striking in with some rich guy, then you've got another thing coming. I am going to my group date tonight, and there is nothing that you can do to stop me. Got it? Are you really sure that you want to do this, Olivia? And why can't you do this for me? It's not like you even have anyone waiting at home for you. You're just a lonely old woman, so how about you take care of that overtime for me? In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy my youth and do my best to attract a young and rich doctor or lawyer to marry me. Olivia, just hold on right there. I mean, you are taking this whole thing a bit too far. Your language towards me is unacceptable. I am your supervisor, and you are not allowed to talk to me like this. There you go, the truth comes out. You're my supervisor, so you think you can use me to just get out of work whenever you want. But I have friends in the office. After all, you have your supervisor too, and I know just how to work men like him. Sure, he may be fat and bald, but at least I know that I can use him to trump anything you try and make me do. You really think that you're going to get away with acting like this? You think this is appropriate at all? I don't care what you have to say, but I'm about to get on the subway and I won't be able to message you. So why don't you just leave me alone? Besides, it sounds to me like you should have plenty of work at the office to keep you busy.
Hey Liz, you hear the big news? Your brother is finally getting married. The wedding is going to be at the end of next month. So go ahead and ask for the time off from work now.
You're getting married at the end of next month? But where did all of this come from? This is all so sudden. I mean, I didn't even know that you were dating someone.
I knew that you'd be surprised when I told you about this. But I have to say, of everyone involved, I'm still probably the most surprised about all of this.
And just what do you mean by that, Ian? Why would you be the most surprised?
Well, probably because I only met the woman that I'm going to be marrying last month. We started texts and dating a bit, and now she's pregnant, so, well, that's that pretty much.
Hold on a second. What did you say? You got someone pregnant?
Look, I know we're going through the traditional order of how these things normally go, but I'm going to be a man and accept my responsibility for my actions. So basically, we really haven't even been going out that long, but we're going to be getting married and already have reservations for late next month.
Wow. Well, I just really don't even know what to say. I mean, are you sure about this? It all just seems a bit sudden to be getting married.
I know, but my girlfriend says that she's fine with this and that this is actually how she would want things to go. Now, I know that you probably have a lot of thoughts about all of this, but I have a duty as a man and as a future father to be there for my girlfriend and future child. So anyways, I hope you can look past the circumstances and come to my wedding and help support me.
Ian, have you told Mom and Dad anything about this yet? I mean, do they know?
Yeah, I told him. Dad basically hit me in the gut right then and there, but he said that it was my life and that I was free to live it how I wanted. And he said that he'd rather I step up and be there than abandon someone I got pregnant.
Well, then I guess at least our parents and I are in agreement on that. Especially about it being your life. If this is what you want to do and you're sure about it, then I'm not going to say anything. And honestly, I think it takes a lot of guts to dedicate yourself like this after finding this out. So, of course I'll be there for your wedding.
Liz, thank you so much. You always have my back.
Well, of course. And now I have a really important wedding to look forward to. I can't wait to see you two dressed up walking down the aisle.
Yeah, my girl is just so pretty. I mean it. She is the cutest thing. Of course, she's not just looks. She's also really nice and an all-around super kind person.
Wow. Well, it sounds like you're really crazy about her, but that just makes me happier.
I don't think I've ever been this happy in my life. I could never see myself being married or having kids, but now that it's happening, it's like it was always meant to be. But I also really like that she'll do whatever I say.
Oh, I see. That seems a bit old-fashioned, I guess, but as long as it works for you two.
Well, it's just that women these days always want to try and be all tough and dominant. But my girl is just really shy. I mean, she blushes when shaking people's hands.
Ian, I'm not trying to be rude, and maybe we can just chalk this up to women's intuition. But do you think that someone who acts like that might actually just be pretending a little bit? I mean, if someone is really so submissive that they can hardly even shake someone's hand? I don't know. I guess it's just hard for me to understand how a girl like that could end up pregnant. Again, I'm really not trying to be rude about any of this, but I just don't have a good feeling about this.
Oh, come on. You really don't think that your brother has any game? Girls are just attracted to men who can show that they're willing to put their money where their mouth is. Can you please just accept that this girl likes me for all of my charms?
Oh, right. I forgot how much of a narcissist you can be, to be honest.
Well, look, Liz, I get that you're worried for me, and I do appreciate the concern, but I think that this is a good thing, and that there's nothing to worry about. So anyways, I'm just so excited to get to introduce you to my fiancé at the wedding.
And what the heck is a grandma like you doing at my wedding, huh? Did someone invite you? Because I certainly don't remember adding your name to the guest list. Ugh, why are you even here? How about you just beat it and go home? If you really wanted me to go away, then you should have just told me from the start. You didn't have to dump out your glass of wine on me like you did. Well, I had to make sure that the message stuck and that you would never come around here again. Besides, I know you're only here to try and pick up men from my wedding, so it's my duty to get rid of little pests like you so the rest of the guests can enjoy the wedding in peace. Excuse me? Did you seriously just call me a pest? You have got some serious nerve. Well, it's what you are. You're a pest and I'm the exterminator keeping you out. I mean, really, you think just because you're my boss you can invade my private life like this? You try and pretend like you're such a hard worker, concentrating on your job, but it's clear you've got boys on the mind like the rest of us. I really think that there has been some kind of mistake here. I mean, you don't actually think I'm here trying to flirt, do you? Of course you are! Why else would some lonely old lady such as yourself show up to her underling's wedding? Or did you just come here to ruin my wedding out of jealousy? Oh, come on, now you're just being ridiculous. I am not! The fact of the matter is that you're nothing but a tottering old lady who can't stand to see women younger than you being happy. That's why you're taking it upon yourself to try and sabotage my wedding. I had no idea that you were such a terrible person. But I am trying to tell you that I'm not doing any of what you're accusing me of, and frankly, I think that you're being very disrespectful. I mean, I'm not even that much older than you, and I'm not here at your wedding to try and pick up men. And just what is wrong with being single anyways, huh? None of what you're saying has anything to do with anything else. You really are just crazy. Do you know that? Ugh, you really have lost it. What is the matter with you? This is what I mean when you're just upset because someone younger than you is doing something that you were never able to do yourself. You're just like this because you saw me in my wedding dress and weren't able to keep your emotions in check. Are you kidding me right now? Please tell me that you're joking about this. I'm not joking, but if you want to stop being the butt of every single joke ever, then you should turn around and go home now. I just don't have room for a lonely old lady at my wedding, and if you don't leave right now, I am going to dump a bottle on your dress next. Oh, I'll go home, but you'll regret it. I can guarantee you that right now. Just go back home, all right? We don't want you here, and nobody even invited you to my wedding in the first place. Why don't you just turn around and go to the office where you belong? I'm sure there's plenty of work waiting for you. I still have plenty of paperwork sitting on my desk and in my computer if you want to go and do it for me. Well, okay then. I'll go home, but you'll have to tell your husband why his sister isn't at the wedding. And you'll have to tell him that I went home because you poured your wine on me. Then you might want to go to work and see what I'll have ready for you there. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Are you saying that you're Ian's little sister? But I don't understand. This doesn't make any sense. I know that your wedding was thrown together so quickly, so you never got to meet the rest of my family. So I suppose I should take this chance to fill you in on just whose family you're marrying into. But yes, I am Ian's older sister, if you must know. Wait, no, this has to be some kind of a joke. Please tell me this isn't happening. There's no way you're actually Ian's sister. Well, I am, and he told me all about his last-minute engagement to some mystery woman. But either way, I was really looking forward to this. I was so happy that my little brother was finally getting married. Although when I heard him describe his fiancée as a submissive little waif, I just knew that something was up. What is that supposed to mean? What would be up? Why would you say something like that? Come on, I know that you think I'm old, but I still know the usual tricks. But you must be a really good actress to have fooled Ian like that. Does he know that you're flirting with at least 5 different guys from the office? I don't think that's the kind of behavior that a submissive woman would do. Wait, no, hold on a second. I think that there's been some kind of a misunderstanding here. Well, you can say whatever you'd like, but I'm going to do as you told me and just go home. Of course, you'll have to explain to everyone at the wedding why the groom's older sister isn't there. But anyways, I'm going to head to the office like you suggested. Hold on, no, don't go home, please! Don't do anything crazy, I'm begging you! Do anything crazy? What could you possibly be talking about? I'm only doing as you told me. If anyone was acting crazily, it was you, Olivia. I mean, have you already forgotten that you poured wine all over my dress? But, I mean, oh, that's not fair. I had no idea who you were. I didn't know that you were Ian's sister. He told me that his sister was a bit older than him, but... I mean, I still had no way to know that it was you. This is all your fault for not making this clearer to me sooner. Excuse me? Please tell me that you're not being serious about that. Of course I am. This is all your fault. You're just trying to ruin everything because you're single. And you're upset because you don't have a boyfriend and you're not married, and that's why I got rid of you. None of this is my fault. It can't be. Everything that led up to me pouring the wine on your dress was all your fault. You can't blame me for this. I am so sick and tired of these lame excuses. Do you really think that you're justified in acting the way you did because of that? And you're about to have a child? I'm sorry, but I really don't think that you're suited to motherhood at all. So you'll just have to tell Ian that it's all your fault that his sister isn't going to be at his wedding.
Hey, Liz, I just wanted to apologize for today. I'll pay for all the damage to your dress, of course.
Oh, you don't need to worry about it. I'm sorry for leaving the way I did. But I heard that the wedding ended up being canceled.
Yeah. I mean, after I heard what Olivia did to you, I just couldn't go through with marrying her. She was much more different than I thought. So I'm just glad that we avoided getting married at all.
So then you're not even going to have the civil ceremony?
Well, I think I'm still gonna do that. I mean, she is pregnant and all.
Well, hold on a second. Maybe you should hold off on that for just a little bit.
What do you mean? Do you think you know something that I don't?
I just... well, maybe we'll talk about this in person tomorrow. Hey there, Olivia. I heard that your wedding fell through. It did! It was all your fault! You ruined my wedding! If you hadn't gone home, then this would have never happened! I can't believe that you're still acting like this towards me. Oh, shut up! Don't think this means that I've given up on your brother. You know that I'm pregnant with his baby, right? So, even if there's no wedding, we'll still get married. Yes, Ian told me a bit about that. I told him he was being very mature. So what I want to know is if the child you're carrying is really my brother's at all. How rude of you! Of course it's Ian's baby! How could you even ask me something like that? What is the matter with you? Well, after I left the wedding, I went back to the office like I said I would, and I was doing a little bit of work. But then all of a sudden, I heard my boss shouting from his office. He somehow found out that you were going to be marrying my brother, and he begged me to put a stop to it. He told me he was sure that the baby was his. Wait, no, that can't be right. This is ridiculous. Well, he told me that he had proof of what he was saying, and he showed me lots of pictures of you going out together. But he said that he wasn't going to take any pictures. I have to say that I was really shocked. I mean, this is the guy you said was fat and bald, but at least you could manipulate him. Well, I guess he might have manipulated you into having his baby. Or maybe you were just trying to climb the company ladder? No, there has to be some kind of mistake. My baby is Ian's baby. You have to believe me. I've already taken the liberty of telling Ian all about this, so I think you're better off talking to him about this. Anyways, I don't have anything else to say on the matter, so take care. After that, Olivia called Ian and he refused to go forward with the marriage until a paternity test was taken. And that's how Ian found out that the father was, in fact, my boss. Then HR became involved and ended up letting the both of them go for their inappropriate office behavior. Ian officially called off all wedding plans and even demanded that Olivia pay the cancellation fees for her lying. Instead, my boss agreed to pay for Ian's wedding and he ended up marrying Olivia instead. I have no idea how the two of them are doing now, and frankly, I don't really care. As for me, I was promoted to my old boss's position for always being such a diligent employee. After Olivia was let go, I went to HR to tell them about how I would always be picking up her slack and finishing work that she wasn't able to get done on time. They had no idea about any of that, but were very grateful for all the extra hours that I had put into the job. I also started dating someone, and things have been going very well ever since Olivia left my life.
Jill, I heard from my in-laws. You got another promotion at work. The recent project was a success, and they rewarded me for it. I'm so happy that my salary has increased. I'll treat you and Logan to dinner next time we meet. Oh no, that's okay. Eating dinner with a single old lady won't be any fun for me. What? More importantly, this is not the time to get carried away over a promotion. It's nice that you're working hard, but you've already turned 36. Please be aware of the fact that you're almost 40 and go look for a partner. Vanessa. Like I said before, I'm in no rush to get married. I'll get married when I want to. It's none of your business. Are you saying that for real? Do you really think you can get married anytime you want? You're old and have spots all over your face. If you think you can stay young forever, you're mistaken. Excuse me? Why don't you just buy a partner with money? You've been promoted and your salary has increased. If you give him an allowance of $3,000 a month, maybe someone will marry you even at your age. Are you suggesting my partner should be a kept man? Otherwise, you will never be able to marry someone. There is no value in marrying a 36-year-old woman. You should at least pay him some money if you want to find a man who wants to marry you, Jill. No value? You still hate me as always because of my age. You will also become my age eventually, you know. Huh? Don't compare me with you. What? I married Logan when I was 26. I got married before any of my friends, and I'm already pregnant with a baby. There's a difference between a 36-year-old winner and a 36-year-old loser. Oh, I see. Don't get carried away just because you're doing good at work. You just escaped to work because you're lonely without a man. Even if you get a promotion, the fact that you're miserable won't change. So stop bragging. I'm not bragging. Listen to me. A woman's happiness is marriage. It's important to get married young and have children. If you can't do that, you're a loser, no matter how much you succeed in your career. You're no better than me, Jill. Fine. I'll try my best to get married someday. Good? Even if you do your best now, there will only be unattractive old men left. But it's better than living a miserable single life for the rest of your life. Please follow my example and do your best to get married soon.
Sorry, Jill. I guess you didn't like the restaurant that much. Let me make up for it next time. I'll look for good restaurants that you'll definitely like.
Why did you think I didn't like it, Michael? The food we had today was really good. I loved it.
Really? But I kind of felt like you've been down for the whole day. I thought it was because my date plan was boring.
Of course not. I'm sorry for making you feel that way, Michael. Today's date was great, and the dinner to celebrate my promotion was delicious.
Then what's troubling you? It's rare to see you in such low spirits, and it worries me.
Wow, you can see through me, Michael. Actually, my brother's wife has said terrible things to me again.
Your brother's wife is that young 26-year-old, right? Did she make fun of your age again?
That much wouldn't bother me anymore, but this time she made fun of my promotion and she told me not to get carried away with this much. No matter how good I am at work, I'm still a single loser to her.
What? She said such horrible things to you?
This project was really tough for me. I lost 20 pounds due to stress, and the workload was very demanding. That's why I was so happy to succeed and to be recognized. But I guess that's nothing in the eyes of the people around me.
What are you talking about? You're an amazing person who has accomplished incredible things, Jill. You're the youngest person in the company to become a department head, right? That's a tremendous accomplishment. A 26-year-old can't understand how great you are.
Thank you, Michael.
Anyway, what's up with that brother's wife? What's the big deal just because she's got married a little early?
She's charming in front of my brother and parents, but she hates me because I value things oppositely to her.
Oppositely?
Her happiness is to get married early and have kids. She wanted to quit her job as soon as possible, and I heard she left her job soon after she got married.
There were girls like her in college. All they ever said was, I want to get married. I want to have a baby. I didn't like them because they thought men would support them.
We all have our own ways of life, and I don't mean to judge her, so I don't want her to deny ours either. What's wrong with living a life of work?
Nothing's wrong, and I totally agree with you. But if that's the case, why don't you just tell her you have a boyfriend? You haven't told your family about me yet, have you, Jill? It's a good opportunity, so let's make it known.
I definitely don't want to do that.
Oh.
Don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't want to introduce you to my family. But right now, my parents are very much affected by her thoughts. It's a bad idea to announce it when they're like that.
How bad is it?
My parents are constantly asking me if I have a boyfriend and when I'm going to get married. They never used to be like that before. I don't know if it's because of her, but they've been so persistent lately that it's been driving me crazy. If I told them about our relationship at this point, it would surely be a hassle for you. They'd probably pester you asking when you're going to propose to me.
Oh.
We both love our jobs, so I want to get married at the right time for both of us. I don't want to pressure you into marriage. And I definitely don't want to marry just because the people around us pushed us into it.
You're right. I feel the same way.
But I've told her once that I have a boyfriend, but I've been keeping it a secret.
Oh, you had told her.
But she didn't believe me at all.
Why?
She thought it was a lie to make me look good. I never bothered to correct it.
What the hell? She doesn't believe you even if you tell her.
But a little more patience until it's over. My brother and his wife are having their wedding at the end of the month. Once that's over, I won't have to see them for a while. My parents should calm down too.
Oh, by the way, I have a wedding at the end of the month too. I almost forgot.
Wasn't it the wedding of someone from your company?
She already resigned from her job, and it's not like we're close, but she went out of her way to invite me. To be honest, it's a hassle.
I guess she respects you a lot. Well then, let's hope we'll both enjoy their weddings. Hey, Vanessa, let me in. Why are you kicking me out of your wedding? Did I do something to offend you? Huh? How can you say such a thing after that? You were flirting with my most important guest. What? I saw it with my own eyes. You were talking to a male guest in a flirtatious manner. And of all people, you shouldn't have been talking to my first love.
What? First love?
Michael is an OB of the tennis club at my college and used to be my boss at the company I used to work for. I joined the same company because I admired him so much. So you can't go after him, you old hag. What? But calm down, Vanessa. Actually, he's my... How can I be calm about this? I can't believe that my precious first love is being targeted by an old hag. He's not someone an old hag like you can go after. I've been trying to get him to like me for years, but to no avail. I've been rejected because he has been in a long relationship with his girlfriend. There's no way someone like him would be interested in you.
I didn't know you liked him that much.
To be honest, I still love him the most. But I can't get him, so I have no choice but to marry my second favorite, Logan.
What?
I can't marry him, but I wanted him to see me in a beautiful dress at least. That's why I invited him, but I didn't expect a single old hag to flirt with him. Don't you dare mess with him, you old hag. Weddings are not a place for old ladies to find love. A single like you, so desperate to find a man, go home now.
Then I'll go home with my boyfriend.
What? It seems like he and I are the only unmarried people at this wedding. It's normal for guests to chat with each other. But if I'm going to be misunderstood like that, I'm leaving right now with Michael. What? Michael?
I'm sorry that my boyfriend Michael and I are both lonely bachelors. We were both so busy with our jobs that we postponed our marriage. And now we're at this age.
Your boyfriend? Michael? My boss? Your boyfriend?
We both were invited to a wedding today, but I didn't realize it was the same one. I was so surprised at the coincidence that I couldn't stop talking to him, so I'm not trying to look for a man, you know. I'd rather go home as you wish than be misunderstood so rudely.
Wait a minute. That can't be true. He can't be your boyfriend. That's a lie. Michael has had a girlfriend he's been dating for years.
Yeah, that's me.
You've got to be kidding me. That's absolutely unbelievable. I'm so young and pretty, and I've tried everything to get him, but nothing worked.
Why would he go out with a 36-year-old woman? What's wrong with me dating a 36-year-old woman? I've been dating Jill for over 10 years.
What?
We met at a cafe I used to go to often. Jill went there often too. She was always beautiful and attractive. I kept asking her out, and after a while, she finally agreed to go out with me. From that day until today, she's been my one and only girlfriend. So, do you have a problem with that?
Oh no. Is that you, Michael?
I've always heard about Jill's troubling sister-in-law, but I never thought it was you, Vanessa, that was troubling her. I heard you made fun of her age and the fact that she's single.
Oh, no. I didn't make fun of her.
How can you lie so boldly? She told me everything that happened. You think you can fool me with such a hasty lie?
Well?
What's wrong with being 36? So what if she married in her late 30s? Has Jill's way of living ever caused you trouble? Stop meddling in other people's lives.
Oh no. Tell me this isn't happening. My first love. He was everything I've ever wanted, but he's dating Jill. No matter how hard I tried, I could never have you. But why? Why her?
Huh?
Why of all people are you dating such an old lady? I'm younger and prettier than her. Why are you dating Jill even after you turned me down?
You know what? If I was choosing based on age alone, I wouldn't be choosing you. There are plenty of younger girls out there, and you act like an old hag who sticks her nose into other people's lives.
I'm like an old hag?
And even if I were to choose based on looks, I wouldn't choose an ugly bitch like you. You're an ugly bitch with a narrow sense of value and enjoys making fun of people. Your bad character shows up in your face.
Ugly bitch with a bad character? I've never been called like that in my life. Plus, I've never had trouble in making boyfriends.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was rude of me to say such a thing to my girlfriend's sister-in-law. I just couldn't help spilling out my true thoughts.
That's terrible. I didn't know you were such a mean person. You've always been so kind to me, and I've always admired you.
I was trying so hard to be a man worthy of Jill. I wanted to be a man who's kind to everyone and who people can look up to. I just wanted to be a great person like Jill. The me that you liked was made for Jill.
Oh no.
But I can't be kind to someone who hurts someone I care about. I mean, you're not even worth being nice to. I'm really glad you quit your work. I don't have to see your face ever again.
I've never known such a cold side of you. This is not the Michael I know.
Well then, we'll both be skipping your wedding. Please have a wonderful wedding without the miserable bachelors.
How could you do this to me? It's all messed up because of you, Jill. Yesterday's wedding sucked. I heard about it. It was a disaster, right? My mother said it was more like a funeral. That's because you two left together. I was so shocked at the fact Michael was saying awful things to me. I couldn't stop crying. But I had to smile because it was my wedding. Everyone was watching me, but the tears wouldn't stop. The bride was crying in the wedding hall. And they weren't happy tears. They were different tears. How awkward that must be. So, the staff at the wedding venue tactfully let me leave to sort out my mind. Logan tried his best to comfort me. But I was so shocked by what happened that I couldn't control my feelings. I took it out on Logan. I accidentally told him, "You're only my second favorite guy, so shut up." What? That's the worst thing to say to him. I can't believe you said such a thing to your worried groom. Just when I realized it was too late. Logan says he'll never forgive me for this. He wants to divorce me. Anyone will want to divorce in that situation. My parents managed to convince him to continue with the ceremony. But I couldn't stop crying, and Logan had a disappointed look on his face. The whole wedding ceremony was ruined. I feel sorry for the staff and the guests. I wouldn't want to be stuck in that awkward space for a whole day. Logan, he's still mad at me. He seriously wants a divorce. He says he can't stand me. Please, Jill, help me convince Logan. I can't do that. A 36-year-old woman is busy with work and love. I don't have time for my stupid sister-in-law. You're abandoning me. I'm your sister-in-law. Do you really want us to divorce like this? I'm also carrying his child. That's between you and him, so you two have to discuss what to do. But as for me, I'd be happier if you divorced my brother. I don't want to see your face ever again. What? How could I not hate you after you've made fun of me so much? You knew I would dislike you. Well, then you're on your own to convince my brother to not divorce you. I'm a woman who lives a life of work, and I've got lots of work today. My brother and his wife had numerous discussions about divorce. Vanessa was desperately trying to persuade Logan, But Logan found out that she was having an affair with a man who looked like Michael behind his back. That resulted in their divorce. They're going to run a DNA test after birth, and if the child is really my brother's, he will be taking care of him as a single parent. By the way, I'm not sure when we will get married yet. Marriage is still a long way off while we enjoy our work. However, we have recently started living together, which I have longed for, and we are spending happy and joyful days together.